Welcome back to the channel, bros. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're diving deep into the world of borscht, bears, and babushkas. That's right, we're talking about Russia. Russia might seem a bit crazy, but trust me, their culture is full of these unique quirks that are actually pretty interesting. Forget vodka and Putin for a second, because we're going way beyond the stereotypes. Get ready to have your minds blown as we uncover 10 Russian habits that you probably had no clue about. You might even find yourself saying, wait, what? Alright bros, first up is something that might seem a bit weird at first, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Taking off your shoes at the door. This is a common practice in many cultures, but in Russia, it's almost a sacred ritual. Imagine going to someone's house and just casually strolling in with your dirty shoes on. You might not think twice about it, but it's a huge faux pas in Russia. Not cool, right? Well, in Russia, that's a big no-no. The moment you step inside, you're expected to take off your shoes. It's considered rude and unhygienic to keep your shoes on when entering someone's home. This practice is deeply ingrained in the culture. Think about it. You've been walking on streets, maybe stepping in who knows what. You don't want to track that all over someone's clean floors. The streets can be dirty, and you never know what you might have stepped in. Plus, it's a sign of respect for the host and their home. By taking off your shoes, you're showing that you care about their space and cleanliness. It's like saying, hey, I respect your space, and I'm not going to bring the outside world in with me. It's a small gesture, but it speaks volumes about your manners. So, next time you're in Russia, remember to channel your inner gentleman or gentlewoman and ditch those shoes at the door. It's a simple act that can make a big difference in how you're perceived. Your host will thank you for it. They'll appreciate the effort you've made to respect their home and traditions. It's a small step towards building better relationships and understanding cultural nuances. Okay, this next one is where things start to get really interesting. In Russia, they celebrate something called a name day. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pewds, isn't that just a birthday with extra steps? Nope, it's actually way more than that. You see, in Russia, each day of the year is associated with a particular saint. So, your name day is the day that corresponds to the saint you were named after. And get this, sometimes it's actually considered more important than your actual birthday. It's like having a second birthday, but with more religious significance. People throw parties, exchange gifts, and basically just celebrate the heck out of their name. It's a pretty cool tradition, and it just goes to show how important names and their meanings are in Russian culture. Alright, let's talk about something everyone loves, tea. But in Russia, they don't just drink any old tea. They drink it with jam. Yeah, you heard me right. Instead of adding sugar, they stir in a spoonful of delicious, fruity jam. It might sound strange, but trust me, it's actually amazing. The sweetness of the jam perfectly complements the earthy flavor of the tea, creating a unique and satisfying taste sensation. Plus, it's a great way to use up any leftover jam you might have lying around. So next time you're brewing a cuppa, ditch the sugar and reach for the jam jar instead. You might just discover your new favorite way to enjoy tea. Chapter 4. Don't whistle while you work, or do anything really. Alright, this next one is a bit superstitious, but hey, who are we to judge? In Russia, there's a belief that whistling indoors is bad luck, like really bad luck. We're talking financial ruin, misfortune, and maybe even a visit from the babeka. That's like the Russian boogeyman, by the way. Apparently, the whistling sound is thought to anger the domovoi, which is like a house spirit or guardian. And you don't want to mess with the domovoi, trust me. So, if you're ever in Russia and feel the urge to whistle a happy tune, just step outside first. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? Chapter 5. Before you go, take a seat. Okay, this next one might seem a bit random, but it's actually quite common in Russia. Before embarking on a journey, whether it's a long trip or just a quick errand, Russians often take a moment to sit down in silence. It might seem weird, like they just forgot something, but there's actually a reason behind it. It's a superstition that's meant to bring good luck and ensure a safe journey. It's like taking a moment to gather your thoughts and prepare yourself mentally for the journey ahead. Plus, it gives you a chance to double-check that you have everything you need. So, next time you're about to head out the door, remember to take a leaf out of the Russian playbook and have a quick sit-down. It might just bring you some good luck. This tradition is deeply rooted in Russian culture and is often practiced by families and individuals alike. It's a moment to pause and reflect, ensuring that nothing important is left behind. By sitting down, they believe it helps to calm any pre-travel jitters and brings a sense of peace before the journey begins. So whether you're heading out for a big adventure or just a quick trip to the store, take a moment to sit, breathe, and gather your thoughts. It's a small ritual that can make a big difference. Embrace this simple yet meaningful tradition, and who knows, it might just become your new favorite pre-travel habit. Chapter 6. Double the New Year, double the fun. Alright, get this. Russians celebrate New Year's twice. Yeah, you heard me right. They have the regular New Year's on January 1st, just like the rest of the world. But then, they also celebrate Old New Year on January 14th. Why? Well, it all has to do with different calendars and historical stuff that I won't bore you with. The point is, it's basically an excuse to have another big party and keep the festive spirit going for a little longer. And who are we to argue with that? So, if you're ever in Russia in January, get ready to celebrate New Year's twice. Just make sure you pace yourself with the vodka, okay? Alright, let's talk about snacks. In Russia, they take their snacking seriously, and their go-to snack is sunflower seeds. Yeah, you heard me right. Those little black seeds that you usually see in bird feeders, Russians love them. You'll see people cracking them open and munching on them everywhere you go. On park benches, on public transport, even at the opera. It's like the Russian equivalent of popcorn. And honestly, they're pretty addictive. The salty, nutty flavor is super satisfying, and the act of cracking open the shells is strangely therapeutic. So, next time you're looking for a healthy and addictive snack, grab yourself a bag of sunflower seeds and channel your inner Russian. Chapter 8. Flowers, odd numbers only, please. Okay, this next one is important, especially if you're ever planning on giving flowers to someone in Russia. Here's the deal. You always give an odd number of flowers, like always. 1, 3, 5, 7. You get the idea. Even numbers of flowers are strictly reserved for funerals, and giving someone an even number of flowers is considered extremely bad luck. So, if you're trying to impress your Russian crush, make sure you count those flowers carefully. Otherwise, you might accidentally send the wrong message. It's a small detail, but it makes a big difference in Russian culture. It just goes to show how much symbolism and superstition is attached to everyday things. Chapter 9. No handshakes over the threshold. Alright, this next one is another one of those Russian superstitions that might seem a bit out there, but hey, who are we to judge? In Russia, it's considered bad luck to shake hands over a threshold. You know, that little strip on the floor between two rooms or at the entrance of a building? Yeah, that's a big no-no for handshakes. Apparently, the threshold is seen as a kind of boundary between the inside and outside world, and shaking hands over it is thought to disrupt the balance and bring bad luck. So, if you're ever greeting someone in Russia, make sure you step inside or outside first before you shake their hand. It's just good manners, you know? Chapter 10. Pancakes, parties and burning stuff. It's Maslenitsa. Alright, last but not least, we have a Russian tradition that's all about celebrating the end of winter and the arrival of spring, Maslenitsa. This vibrant festival is a time when people come together to bid farewell to the cold, dark days of winter and welcome the warmth and light of spring with open arms. This week-long festival is basically a giant party with tons of food, music and traditional activities. Imagine streets filled with laughter, the sounds of traditional Russian music and the sight of people dancing joyfully in colorful costumes. And the star of the show? Pancakes. Known as blini, these delicious treats are a staple of Maslenitsa and are enjoyed by everyone. Russians go crazy for pancakes during Maslenitsa, and they eat them with all sorts of delicious toppings like caviar, sour cream and jam. Each bite is a celebration of flavor, and the variety of toppings means there's something for everyone to enjoy. But the highlight of Maslenitsa has to be the burning of a giant straw effigy, which represents winter. This effigy, often crafted with great care and creativity, is set ablaze in a spectacular bonfire. It's a symbolic way of saying goodbye to the cold and welcoming the warmth and sunshine of spring. The flames of the effigy light up the night sky, creating a mesmerizing and unforgettable sight. So, if you're ever in Russia in late February or early March, make sure you check out the Maslenitsa celebrations. The festival is a perfect blend of tradition, community and joy, offering a glimpse into the rich cultural heritage of Russia. It's a truly unique and unforgettable experience. From the delicious food to the lively music and the symbolic rituals, Maslenitsa is a festival that captures the heart and soul of Russian culture. Outro. That's all, comrades. And there you have it, bros. 10 unique habits of Russians that you probably didn't know about. From taking off their shoes at the door to celebrating New Year's twice, Russians definitely know how to keep things interesting. So, next time you think about Russia, don't just think about vodka and bears. Remember the unique culture and traditions that make this country so special. Thanks for watching, bros. Don't forget to smash that like button. Hit subscribe for more awesome content. And let me know in the comments which Russian habit surprised you the most. Until next time, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about these unique Russian habits, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more cultural insights. Let us know in the comments which habit surprised you the most.